Crazy.
For today's cup of coffee,
I
has a touch of the vertigos again.
Yeah, you're getting the dizzy.
It's just weird, and it's sinus, and it's where it's so hot, and yet it's humid, and then you get mold that grows, and then you get stuffy nose, and it just.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take some meclizine tonight, and then I will sleep.
Sleep. That's what we need. Sleep.
I think we all need some sleep and some rain. Our backdrop today was created by Zombie over on X.
Uh-huh.
And I will put his handle. I think it's like Zombie Crew.
Yeah.
He does some absolutely incredible AI art. He amazes me.
It's cool as shit.
He is cool as shit. He is. He's just, I'm telling you, he's kin. He looks like our people. He looks like my father's people. He really does.
Yeah.
But he said that he had worked really hard to get the name there in the background in the steam. And the reason as far as the bear is because it is, when I was doing, exploring shamanism years ago, and there's a process, meditative process and different things like that you do to find your spirit animal. And so mine was bear.
Yeah.
So that's why he incorporated that into the design. And I just appreciate him.
Yeah.
I do.
It is so cool.
And he has got a new program that he's using that animates the art.
Yeah, and they're trippy.
He had created one today that was this alien, and it's very psychedelic.
That's trippy.
And that it would move. And I'm trying to convince him to make it into like a video, because somebody could just sit and
Like a
do whatever to that for hours.
Yeah, like put it on repeat with some of that meditative music or something.
Yeah, he could find him some copyright-free music.
Yeah.
But he's busy, so it's hard to tell what he's doing. But I always appreciate when somebody does something like that for us. But this was way cool because it's got the little coffee grinder in the background and stuff. And so it was just amazing.
Yeah.
I was telling Kid, I said, I don't know if I am just easily amazed or it's just that there are so many things that I am, as far as that I subscribe to or whatever it is over on X, that are amazing.
Yeah.
Because I limit myself on things.
As one should. As one should.
There's one as far as flowers, which just all kinds of things I never knew existed. Yeah. There's some that as far as gemstones from across the world, I adore as far as crystals and different things like that. And I'm like, ooh, wonder what energy they have. Wonder what it was, to hold that, what kind of energy you would get from that.
Yeah.
Somebody had found that it was a garnet. Now, we're not talking this shit that you put in jewelry. We're talking actual healing gems from the earth. But somebody had actually polished this one and had faceted it. Mm-hmm. And so it did have the different veins and stuff in it. It was a palm-sized garnet.
Oh, my God.
And the color was just, it was like wine. It was like holding a solid piece of wine.
Yeah. I bet that was beautiful.
Yeah. There's a lady over there that she does handmade jewelry and has been doing so for 30-some years, is what she said. Mm-hmm. Gorgeous designs. Yeah. There's all kinds of cool people. There's painters over there, and that you can go online and buy their work.
Yeah.
Do that. Now, I haven't looked at the prices if you have the money.
Although, sometimes with some artists, layaway is an option.
That's true. But to have a one-of-a-kind, hand-painted whatever.
Yeah.
Or hand-sewn whatever, or crafted, or that nobody else has got one exactly like that. If you can afford to do that, why would you not?
Right. I mean, artists need support too, and their art is incredible. So why would you? That would be a brilliant piece of decor right there.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just like kid where he's sitting. I have a piece that was gifted to me by a friend of mine that actually came from my art maestro. He was Dumbledore to me. And to have, and I've got some other things that when I was taking classes and stuff, sketches that he did, but he has since passed quite a few years back.
Yeah.
And to have that, and that is just, that's very dear to me. And a treasure is something that means something to you. Mm-hmm. It may not mean anything else to anybody else in the world, but it's something important to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, if you've got something that you treasure and somebody comes along and like, that ain't, you tell that person to hit the road.
Right.
With a wooden spoon.
Everybody
I need to start a line of wooden spoons.
Mountain Granny.
I could do that.
Cyber Mountain Granny.
I could do that. I could buy
there you
some.
go.
And I could get a wood burner and put Orlando's cup of coffee on the back of these wooden spoons, and we could sell those.
There you go. There you go.
Ooh, somebody was going, y'all need something to sell. Well, there you go. We may do that. Mm-hmm.
It would be
Cyber
awesome.
Grannies.
Yeah. But we could also have T-shirts printed with a wooden spoon on it.
There is no
a
spoon.
granny holding it up, ready to whack somebody.
It's like they're going, there is no spoon. The hell there is a spoon. It is very much real. Coffee slurping coming.
There is no spoon.
But now, ladies out there that I'm serious about occasionally doing this cyber grannies. It would be great. And Kid was talking about that we could go on Discord. Mm-hmm. As do that, and then you could live stream, or we could record it and then upload it later. I don't know how to do this stuff.
You could do
I really
either
don't.
Or. It's not a one thing deal. Y'all could, schedule stuff for other, like you could have one scheduled for an actual video,
right,
and then another as a live stream at another date.
Sure. Or like I said, we could live stream it and just see where it goes. We could upload it on Rumble. I could make it just even as far as a separate channel or something like that if we wanted to do that. We don't know.
You've heard me mention Xylee before, right? Uh-huh. So, I mean, that's what she does. She makes videos every now and again, but she's a live streamer.
Right.
And she's around your age, too.
Right.
Like, she's either older or, like, a couple years younger than you. I know she's in her 50s.
Well, she does the drama thing, doesn't she?
Yeah, but the format that she has, as far as the way that everything looks and stuff like that, that's just standard for streamers.
So y'all let me know, and we'll see what we can do as far as BB, who is
and she's done that
oldest
before.
kid's wife. She is a streamer over on Discord.
Yeah, and she is funny.
She's
entertaining.
She puts all the different. She plays the games and stuff, and I'm like, I look at the pretty colors because I can't keep up with it.
It's the reactions that you're looking for.
Yeah.
They're funny.
So that would be one of the things that we could do.
Yeah.
And just all kinds of people supporting each other.
Yeah.
And we have had, oh God, with the holidays, everything like that. Are people getting more stupid? Or is that just, and we've pondered this many times, is it that it's an excess of idiocy, or is it just that people are reporting the idiocy instead of keeping it private?
I think it's both. People have gotten dumber, and it's worldwide.
Well,
it's contagious.
It was like the dude with the Uncle Sam costume, and that he had put the lit firework on top of the top hat. That ended in tragedy.
Yeah, I would rather it be like the gnomes and knights.
Yeah, but anyhow,
going in the stores, behind the counters, waving a butterfly stick.
Instead of letting that just go, but because in today's world of not even goldfish brain memory, the family went and made another story about it, and it's like, oh no, he wasn't really a drunkard. It was just that night. Well,
so they wanted to
just took the once. And it's like, sometimes Just leave it. Just leave it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I don't know that sometimes people make it worse. They're like, I'm going to explain. No, don't try to explain because it's first impressions type thing.
Yeah, when you try to explain, a lot of the time they don't help their case.
No, we're seeing a whole lot of that going on also here lately. And it's just like people. Now, one of the things that I am grateful for is if somebody does something. What did we call it? Assholery. We had made up a term at one point. I needed to write that.
Assholery or shittery.
One or the other. And it was some dude that was drunk, and I didn't read the whole story, but somebody was there, and they did video it, and these kids were fishing, and dude took it upon himself to go and accost these kids, and broke the one kid's fishing pole. It was a $200 and some pole.
What? Now, why would they do that?
Because he was drunk and he was an ass.
Okay.
And come to find out, that dude was somehow member, or he was up high up in the in his church.
Doing that shit. Well, God has funny with
absolutely.
A sense of
your
humor.
secret sins will find you out.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why would anybody do something like that? That was just absolutely uncalled for. Right. There was a story, and I'm not going to leave the links on these because I'm not going to,
Yeah.
Somebody
it ain't worth it.
Somebody had hooked up with dude when she was drunk. He was drunk. She had 2-year-old kid with her in a hotel. Dude decides he's going to scare kid by dangling him over the balcony. He drops the kid.
No! Baby goes splat.
And
did the kid die?
No, it didn't kill the kid.
How bad?
As far as I know,
hurt?
it didn't kill him. I don't know. I'm just reading headlines on these things. But who does that?
The who, what,
when,
whens,
and
and whys, and hows.
First of all, why was she drunk with a 2-year-old kid in tow? Why was she hooking up with random dude who was also drunk that she would let him, I'm going to scare your child?
Yeah.
So it's like, and it had mugshot of him looking all sad. Where was her mugshot? She should have been right there beside him.
Yes, because that is child negligence.
Yes, it
and
is.
Child endangerment.
Yes, it is. I was trying to scroll through here and see if I found on that. One of the other ones, that was as far as the idiots amongst us and stuff. And I don't understand how some of these things, like I said, I don't know if people have just gotten more stupid or if they're just totally, completely brain dead or distracted or what is going on some of these things. There was somebody that was working on an airplane engine, and he had crawled back into the engine there to retrieve a tool or something. Somebody turned the airplane on. They turned the engine on.
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't blame that man. I blame whoever it was. How
that
in the world did they not have people make sure that nobody is in the cockpit during the time of maintenance? And we've had so many stories about just tragedies involving airplanes lately.
Yeah, that doesn't seem... Something sounds fishy about that one, though, just a little bit.
No, there's been other ones. He's about the second or the third within the past 6 months that I have read about that has had a tragic injury through airplane engine. Now, I think that OSHA should be involved. Where is OSHA?
Oh, mama, they don't care about their employees.
And it's like this. That was somebody's life.
Yes.
And it's like, whoever turned that on, are they going to? They're going to have to live with that.
Yeah.
And this is what I wonder about sometimes. It's like some of these people that do these horrible things. How in the hell do they ever live with themselves?
Sometimes they can't. Sometimes
You know?
they can't, and literally they end up like some of those homeless people that we see out there. That's like some of those drunk drivers or whatever after they like hit someone.
Yeah.
This one woman, it completely tore her up because
Right.
of the amount of remorse that she was carrying with her.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I found the story about the kid. He was 4 instead of 2. Oh, wow. That makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
And
Not
let's see.
really.
God help. And it's like, what the hell is wrong with people? I'm trying to look to see. Police said the dude went outside and dangled the boy by his legs over the balcony. Witnesses said they heard the boy screaming before he dropped head first.
Love that.
Oh.
Love that. That's some shit.
And it's like, it says that the child has been discharged and was not seriously injured. That was truly only by the grace of God, because the kid hit concrete on his head.
Shit.
Now, let me tell you something. This is where, as far as caning.
Someone should have horsewhipped that man.
Just for being
horsewhipped
that
him right,
damn dumb.
Yeah. Right in the middle of town for everybody to see. We ain't condoning violence.
No, we are condoning actual consequences for behaviors that are a danger to other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And especially if it's as far as a kid.
The only reason I did that was to prevent you from getting yeeted.
I understand. And it's like, this is part of the idiocy that's going on right now. That people are supposed to do some heinous stuff and nobody's supposed to say anything. They're not supposed to have any kind of consequences or something. Mm-hmm. Guess what? Some of these things, and not the kid at all, but some of these other things, you got to wonder, is it a matter of natural selection coming back with a vengeance?
Oh, yeah. Because the U.S. has done everything in their power to prevent natural selection from happening and letting stupid people get by with stuff.
And that was just like the Soft Cracker had shown, where this guy, a shark had beached itself.
Uh-huh.
A shark. It would look like a great white or whatever, is one of those like Jaws looking sharks.
Yeah, it was a pretty good sized shark.
So somebody decided that they were going to be a good Samaritan. Go and grab the shark by the tail, drag it back out into the water. That didn't end so good for the human.
I would have got a large stick and started poking.
Yeah. I mean, if they truly wanted to help the animal, that was not the way to go about it.
No.
Because animals do what they do.
Yeah. He didn't die, did he?
I don't know. But if he did, you can't blame the shark.
No, because the shark is doing what they do, especially when they're scared. They're going to attack.
It's that old story about the woman or whoever it was, finding the snake that was frozen.
And then it biting her.
Sure, came it home, brought it home, warmed it up, fed it, doing all this stuff. And then it bit her as she was dying. She's like, but I took care of you. I saved you. And the snake's like, you knew I was a snake. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's a matter of trying to make silk purses out of sows' ears on lots of situations today.
That sounds like it.
Oh, but it's just, I do sit and I wonder. I don't think I'm the only one.
How can you not ponder this?
My God, it's just, for the meme makers and the shit lords, this is constant just fuel. The meme fuel. The memes do write themselves these days.
That's what we need. It's just so ridiculous. You can't. Laughter is the best medicine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's like I was telling you earlier. It's like, because I very much swim in the rivers of tinfoil hat, conspiracy theory, and stuff like that. But ever so often you have to come up for air, because if you don't, you will drown in that.
Yeah, you were saying that earlier. That's and it's true.
Yes, because at a certain point, if you get into all of that and you get that into your head and your spirit and stuff, you can despair.
You can become so paranoid.
Yeah.
And you can go into a psychosis from this stuff.
Yes, because it becomes a learned helplessness.
Yeah.
That everything's fucked. There's everybody doom, gloom, everything like that. No. And so on some of this stuff, I've had to. It's like, no.
Yeah, you just push it away.
Yeah. For my own sanity, my own sake. Mm-hmm. And it's like we were laughing at the show Hee Haw from back in the day.
Hee Haw.
And if y'all never grew up watching Hee Haw, God had blessed y'all and you just didn't know it. I was forced, because we had like 2 or 3 channels at that point. But they had this one. It was one of those, it's like, you didn't know whether to laugh, cry, or shit, because some of the stuff was accurate. You know?
Well, yeah.
But they had this.
That's like King of the Hill. Oh, it hurts. Yeah. Oh, it hurts.
But it was, they had this one skit that they would do, and it was for these guys, they was all moonshiners, and it was making fun of the stereotype of people, of mountain people. Mm-hmm. And so it was one of those things when you're growing up and you're like, oh God, and then you realize some of it's true and you're like, oh God, oh God. And then as you get older, you're like, hell yeah, I come from a long line of moonshiners, rogues, outlaws, all of it. Mm-hmm. I lay claim to it.
Yeah.
That is my lineage and stuff.
But don't make the same mistakes they did.
No, you can learn. Let's learn from the mistakes of the ancestors.
There's a lot to learn there.
But they had this one song that they would sing. It was gloom, despair, and agony on me.
God.
Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. And I'm going to spare y'all me singing it. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. There's somebody out there singing along. I guarantee you.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
And then it was one of these, as far as somebody did something tragic and this happened and that was tragic, and it just, and you'd always have that one in the background going, whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
And it's like this. There is so much that if you wanted to sit around in that energy, you could. And you can.
Yeah.
It is choice.
That's how to break your mental status.
It is. And for those of us that have ever had any kind of addiction issue, a lot of that type of thinking has been brought on by dwelling on the what ifs. That is one of the things with alcoholics that, I don't want to have to go back to meetings. They won't let you smoke in them anymore. But it's like, it is that perpetual, what if, that and the, I did. And you can't, it's a cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
And it tears you apart, and you try to deal with that through alcohol, which makes it so much worse. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that I didn't have fireworks to play with. I had other things that, was equally as damaging on a spiritual level.
Yeah. But the fireworks, that's the risk in life.
It just takes once. And I have looked back, because I did survive, and how many times that it was only through the grace and mercy of God that I'm sitting here. For real.
He has you here for a purpose.
He does. And part of it is comic relief.
Yeah.
But within,
which is what people need.
Yeah, but within that, to sit there and go, oh, well, this is falling down, this is falling down, this is falling down, everything's falling down, it's all burning. Well, if it is, what are you going to do about it?
Right.
And this is why it's important that we have the serenity prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's things I can change. There's things I can't change. And for God to give me the serenity to do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change, and to
the courage to change
the things I can.
And the wisdom to know the difference.
Yeah. And the wisdom to know the difference.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. In Jesus' name, amen.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, and the rest of that, and I don't have it pulled up here. I normally have. I mean, it's been, past several months have been rough.
Mama.
We're not immune.
These past 4 years have been
God,
rough.
we've had. I mean, as far as if you want to go gloom, despair, and agony, I mean, now shit. Now, we've been through it. We don't talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Because what's the point in dwelling on it?
Right. But this year has been crazier than the others.
Yeah. And that's where you sort of have to, you sort of pull back.
Uh-huh.
And take an observer stance instead of a participant.
Yeah. Okay.
And it helps a whole lot if you can do that.
Uh-huh.
And I was talking to the oldest kid about the serenity prayer. They say that first part quite frequently, but they don't usually tell the last part, which says living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as the pathway to peace, taking as he did the sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that he will make all things right if I surrender to his will, that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with him forever in the next. Amen.
Amen.
And most people don't want to hear that last part because it pertains to Christianity.
I don't think it's just that. I think it's because the first part is just easier to print on merchandise.
Well, especially with somebody's first getting sober, it's not. There's a lot of reasons that it's small, short things that you can hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
Because it does a lot of damage to somebody's brain.
Yeah.
And their body and different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is a matter of, that was one of the things people's like, yeah, harsh. Yes.
Yeah.
Because people's lives are at stake. And one of the ones that was going around when I was there was called KISS. KISS. And it stood for Keep It Simple, Stupid.
That's good.
Yeah. And it was just like, there was one that I had heard. It's been years ago now. Everything's been years ago. Your best thinking got you to where you are in this moment. And that was in a rehab.
Huh.
That's some wisdom right there. And truth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're having a rejection of truth and reality right now.
Yep. Yeah. Mass Delulu.
Yeah.
Just living that Delululemon.
Absolutely. And it's like, truth is. Doesn't matter how you deny it, if you want to cover it up or do whatever. Truth is.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, literally back in the day, it's like, okay, if you're not someplace you want to be delusional about it. You'll end up there.
Mm-hmm. It's a matter of taking control. And one of the ways that you learn to take control, you may not be able to control circumstances, but you can learn to control your reaction and your response to them.
Yes. Yes.
That is one of the things, especially people that were POWs and different things like that.
What's a POW?
If you read their stories and what they did to survive and stay sane, you know? And that was one of the main things that a lot of them did.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those that don't judge people as far as circumstances and situations. That's why you're not supposed to judge other people. We're not qualified.
Yeah. Judge not, lest you be judged by the same judgment.
But within the past, since 2020, like I said, in that Milgram experiment that was worldwide, and you've had a whole lot of people that did not take the time to have any kind of self-reflection about how they treated other people during that period of time. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them have doubled down.
Yeah.
That fascinates me.
Well,
it fascinates me.
They're digging it in.
Yeah.
This
is why we urge situational awareness all the time, because you never know, how far out on the edge somebody is.
Yeah.
If they're in a store, we're not saying live in fear. I do not believe in living in fear. I do believe in living in awareness.
Well, yeah.
Don't be a dumbass.
Don't be a dumbass. That's just common sense 101.
It is. Final thoughts, kid.
Oh, the Lululemon is not the way to go.
Not for long.
Yeah.
Not for long, because it can get yourself and somebody else hurt.
Yep.
If you've had experiences with the paranormal, supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, tinfoil hats,
aliens,
the cyber granny stuff, put that in the comment section. That, or you can send me an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. That's there in the description box. And like I said, I do my best to remember to put Zombie's handle there on X. He does some awesome stuff. He's a good guy. I'm telling you, I have seen him. He looks like my daddy's people. Bet you were kin.
You show me his picture, and I'm like,
yeah. Like him. Yeah.
He's your cousin in another state.
It wouldn't surprise me. Daddy's people came from up in that area.
Yeah.
So, do your thing.
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, like, share, and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads, even though it more than likely doesn't do much, but it likes the affection, so give it a little ding. Check her out on BitChute and Rumble at Werlanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream, and check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, Werlanda, COCWS. It is like a radio station call signs. Go check her out. She reposts some cool shit. Did you see that I liked her shit?
No.
Pooey on you then.
It didn't show up. And maybe it did and I didn't recognize your screen.
That's more than likely what it was.
It was just like, oh, okay, cool. And I went on with my day.
Yeah, see, how would you know if you say you don't support me? You don't support me. How would you know?
You can support me by, he did say he was going to do dishes here in a minute. So
yes.
Good.
I'm going to have a cigarette and then go do dishes.
Yeah. So, know that you are loved. That's the main thing. And it's a matter of encouraging each other. You've got people that may be on the edge right now, and it's a matter of loving on people and just praying for people. Yep. This is one of the things. Being kind. You don't know what somebody on the other side of that screen's going through.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. And it's lifting them up.
Yeah.
Being a light to somebody else. If it's just glad you're here.
Lights are
Thank
needed.
you.
Lights are needed right now.
Uh-huh. Let your little light shine.
Let your little light shine.
Absolutely. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.
Crazy.